What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Colin Beazley here with another Pirates Farm Report, where we cover all of the Pirates minor league teams, their top 4 affiliates, and the players that might one day be in Pittsburgh. We've got another good edition of that. Before that, I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel, and you can read all of my work and my colleague Noah Heil's work at post-gazette.com. Highly recommend getting a digital subscription to the Post-Gazette. We cover all Pittsburgh sports, every Pirates game, every Steelers game, every Penguins game, what happens on and off the field for those teams. And don't just read our sports coverage. We have plenty of good work outside of sports at the newspaper as well. So if you haven't already, highly recommend getting a Post-Gazette digital subscription or reading our 2 print editions Thursday and Sunday. This week in the Pirates minor league system, the top story is something that may sound a little bit familiar to you if you watched the last Farm Report video or read the last Farm Report story, because High-A Greensboro has thrown another perfect game. Yes, another. 2 perfect games in 9 days. They threw another one on Sunday, the 13th, right before the All-Star break. It was a 4-0 win against Bowling Green, and it's truly incredible that what they managed to do. That they've managed to throw 2 perfect games in the span of less than 2 weeks. They did the first one on July 4th. That was talked about last week, so I won't get into that one too much. But this one, 4 pitchers combined for it. Right-hander Hung-Ling Chang pitched the first 5 innings. He struck out 5 here in the win. Right-hander Joshua Loshern pitched the 6th and the 7th with a strikeout. Right-hander Jake Shirk had a 1-2-3 8th inning. He struck out 1. And then right-hander Jared Bayless pitched the 9th and earned his first save of the season in a perfect game. And because we've talked about it twice in the last 2 weeks, you may think, a perfect game is a normal thing to happen. This isn't that big of that big news. No, this is up until July 4th, the first perfect game. There hadn't been a 9-inning perfect game at a non-affiliate team since 2017. That's not just the Pirates. That's everywhere in the minor leagues. That's all 120 minor league teams. They hadn't had a perfect game since 2017. Pirates High-A affiliate Greensboro had 2 in 2 weeks. Jake Shirk actually pitched in both of the games. Both times he pitched in relief, and he was the 18th round pick for the Pirates last year. He can now say for the rest of his life that he appeared in 2 perfect games in 2 weeks. That's pretty ridiculous. Despite that, I actually didn't go with the Grasshoppers as this week's team of the week, just because they've been so good. And we'll get into their record in a little bit. But this week I chose the Indianapolis Indians as the Post-Gazette's minor league team of the week. They took 5 out of 6 from Gwinnett, the Braves AAA affiliate, before the All-Star break. And while they lost a weekend series at Nashville, dropping 2 of 3, they now have the best record in the International League's West Division, a game ahead of Nashville. The big reason for this is because of how good they've been at Victory Field, their home field in Indianapolis. They have a 38-13 record at home. That's beyond impressive. 38-13. That's by far the best mark in the International League. Getting into some records, as I mentioned, AAA Indianapolis is in first place in the West Division. They have a 56-39 record. AA Altoona is creeping closer to 500 now that they've gotten some guys up from Greensboro. They're 43-46, third place in the Eastern League's Southwest Division. High-A Greensboro is continuing its tear. They're 62-27 and in first place in the South Atlantic League's North Division. And Low-A Bradenton is 42-47, fifth place in the Florida State League's West Division. However, Bradenton recently got a number of new players who I think it's fair to say fans can be excited about. I'll get into those guys in a little bit. But first, a word from our presenting sponsor, Greenawalt Roofing.
Hey, Pittsburgh. When you think of great roofs, you think Greenawalt Roofing Company. With over 20 years' experience, Greenawalt knows your roof is your home's first line of defense from rain, wind, snow, and ice. That's why Greenawalt Roofing's standard for perfection is so important. You can trust that their team of experienced installers will treat your property like it's their own. When it comes to roof replacements, Greenewalt Roofing is Pittsburgh's only choice. Visit greenewaltroofing.com today or call 412-314-8882 to schedule your free estimate. PA contractor number 36262.
Now to get into our starting nine, these are our 9 players who stood out over the past week. I guess it was 2 weeks for this one. We'll start off with the Pirates' top prospect, who we talk about just about every week because he's the top prospect. He deserves that type of coverage. That would be Bubba Chandler, a right-hander at AAA Indianapolis. He's the Pirates' top prospect and a top 5 prospect in baseball per MLB Pipeline. He started July with 2 consecutive strong outings. He had 6-inning shutouts in both of his first 2 starts. But his third start was not as good. It was a bit of a reverse. It seemed like what he'd done in June. He allowed 8 hits, 2 walks, and 5 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings, and his ERA is now 3.27. It's been up and down. Interesting to see how he rebounds from this one and whether this becomes a trend or not. Second, staying in AAA, Billy Cook, Pirates number 18 prospect. He went 3 for 5 with a solo homer on Sunday against Nashville. He's up to 5 homers this season, all since returning to AAA from the majors on June 21st. Third is Jared Triolo, who isn't exactly a farm player, but he's currently in the minor leagues, so I figured I'd update you on how he's faring in Indianapolis. So far, hasn't been quite as they'd hoped. He's 3 for his first 17, 176 in his first 6 games with the Indians. However, he does have more walks than strikeouts, so that is a positive sign. Dropping to AA, number 4 is Bo Burrows, a right-hander from in Altoona. He was the Tiger. He's a 28-year-old reliever. He was a former first-round pick by the Tigers in 2015. He's bounced around a fair amount, but he's been really, really good for Altoona of late. He's allowed just 1 run in the past 18 1/3 innings, good for a 0.49 ERA. His whip is 0.66 as well. Fifth, sticking at AA, Deuce Gorson, the Pirates' 9th-round pick out of UCLA last year, 22-year-old shortstop. In his last 4 games, he's been on a tear. 9 for 18, batting .500 in that span with 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. His average is up to .246 this year. 6th, the Pirates' number 2 or number 1 prospect, depending on what outlet or what source you use, Konnor Griffin, shortstop at High-A Greensboro, number 13 in baseball, number 2 in the Pirates organization per Pipeline. He's healthy after getting hit in the hand in the All-Star Futures game. It's a bit of a July lull. His average is below 300 for the first time since mid-May, but he still has an on-base percentage above 400. 7, Titus Dumitru. He was acquired for the Pirates with cash on July 1st for Hunter Stratton. He's batting .333 in his first 11 games with Greensboro, 14 for 42. He had a 2-run homer as part of a 2 for 3 day with 4 RBIs on July 12th. 8th, now we get into some of those guys that are interesting at low A. Bradenton, excited to see how they progress. Tony Blanco, a 20-year-old outfielder in the Pirates' number 21 prospects. He made his low A debut on Saturday, and he went 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. He's missed all but 3 games this season with the leg injury, which is the main reason we haven't heard much about him. But 6'7", 20 years old, got some intriguing power. It'll be good to see how he does outside of the complex league. Finally, number 9, Edward Florentino, the Pirates' number 23 prospect. He's officially hit the 100 plate appearance mark since his mid-June promotion to Bradenton. He's 18 years old and batting .299 with 4 homers, 17 RBIs, and 18 walks in his first 100 plate appearances at Bradenton. He's done very well. I'm excited to see how it progresses. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Pirates Farm Report. We will keep you guys covered each and every week, and see you next time.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.